What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a new episode. We're back. Landbridges there only. I know, I promised we'd finish it. We're now on turn 250, so we're 25 ahead. This episode will be going up to 300, as I think the title probably gave away. I don't know. I haven't got that far ahead yet. I haven't picked what it's going to be called. I'll be coming back every 25 turns to just show you what's happened, and then we will look at the info addicts at the end, every 100 turn point. Obviously, this episode, we were like a third of the way. In the following ones, we will obviously be trying to go 100 turns up till probably 500, and yeah, we'll probably do the results at the normal time, so not much will change. I'm just not going to show you as much, just going to cut out a lot of that stuff and see how it goes, but do it in like a bigger episode. So we'll see how it works. This is the first one. Hope it's okay. And well, for you guys it's been a week since you've seen anything. For me it's been like 2 days. I'm just trying to get ahead of myself. So that's fine. But as you can see already, France took a city off the Iroquois. That war's ongoing right now. They've actually not done so well against Spain. So far this war, nothing has happened. You wouldn't believe it. Russia and France in the last, it's been 14 turns, so not that many so far, have both failed. Well, they've taken it and it's gone back to Germany. But that's pretty much it. The rest of Europe is pretty much the same. That was a little spoiler. We'll come back to that bit. Yeah, the rest of Europe is very much the same. Same goes out this way into East Asia. I think it all looked like this before. Hope I don't miss anyone. But yeah, the Sioux did grab Osaka off Japan. Siam kicked out the Aztecs, and the Aztecs also the Sioux pieced out for some of the Japanese cities here, so they're not doing too well anymore. But yeah, the Siam took quite a bit. Indonesia, I'm just doing sort of the boring bits first. Well, not boring, but the less active bits. Indonesia, I think, still look the same. Australia have a ton of planes now, which is pretty cool. The Zulu are still here. The Sioux, yeah. Interesting, the Ottomans are still fighting India, but how the heck do both of them have mobile SAMs? It's been 14 turns. The tech advances have been ridiculous. I don't know how both of them have mobile SAMs. That's beyond me. But whatever. Yeah, that does seem surprising. I was not expecting to see that. Come back to North Africa, you may have saw the Zulu somehow have kicked Rome out pretty much. I assume they'll grab this before we come back again in 25 turns. I've also put down some new cities here, which is kind of cool. Give them some new access to the rest of the world. Apart from that, that's it in Africa. Congo is still just letting them do whatever they want. Actually, no, yep, there's still open borders. And Ethiopia's just sat here, although they've slapped down some new cities. Quite a lot, actually. Wow. And some of them have grown really quickly. Strangely enough. South America, pretty much the same for now. Yes, I mean, no, Spain has held off the Iroquois as of France. The Aztecs have not fared as well. Yeah, they're about to lose their capital, maybe. Maybe, I say that, there's no one actually here to take it. But they have lost a couple of cities here. And did they lose another one? No, I don't think so. They did lose Panama Canal. But yeah, they've lost a couple up this way. And that's about it, really. So, I'll see you in 25 turns. Okay, we're back. 25 turns later. Quite a bit has happened, actually. A lot more than I was expected, but it did take over an hour. So, there's benefits to this stuff. So, let's go over it. I don't know where to start. We'll start here, because not much happened down here, so it makes it easier. Nothing changed. Australia is looking really strong. Everyone looks really strong. Like, some civs are really pushing it. Maybe with quick speed on, we're probably going to see turn 300. Someone's going to be near the end of the tech tree. I'll show you, well, you'll find out 10300 who is leading the way for technology, but there is a surprise contender who has just shot up. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're cheating a little bit. I don't know, but they've shot up for no apparent reason, so I'd love to know why. Indonesia also have not done too much. Siam, I think I might have showed you this before, but I'll just recap everything. Siam did eliminate the Aztecs from this region. There's still wars going on between these two. India is the civ I was referencing. I don't know what they're doing with technology, but they're just shooting up for no apparent reason. The Ottomans are at war with Persia. They just grabbed the Persian capital. Not much else has happened in East Asia since last time. I think this is new, and obviously everyone's got like planes now, which is a bit different. Where should we go? Let's go to North America. So the Sioux had this stuff off Japan, but them and the Iroquois have pretty much eliminated the Aztecs. They have a little bit left over here, but between the two of them, they wrapped up the job. And I'm sure these two will end up fighting very soon. It's still, I think they are number 1 and 2 at the moment, because Ethiopia and the Zulu are a bit busy. It might keep changing. Actually, the Iroquois fell a bit. I don't know, but they're up there. The Zulu are up there as well. and Ethiopia is in a war, so it's a bit lower than normal. The Inca is still around for now. They did lose this. They didn't lose it to Brazil. For some reason, they gave it to Spain in a peace deal, and then Brazil just took it straight away off Spain. So that was that. Brazil has like 6 nukes. They're all over here. Look, they have not hit Spain with one yet, but it may come pretty soon. Spain, though, has done pretty well for themselves. They actually grabbed a city out of Rome in the peace deal, and that kind of gives it away, I guess. The Zulu did keep pushing through Rome, and they peaced out and grabbed a couple more cities in Europe. Pretty scary for France, who themselves still, they've beaten the Iroquois technically, right? They took one city, but as you see, the map's got a weird glow to it. Yep, this is a nuclear conflict being fought over the British Isles. Who would have thought? There you go. But yeah, there's a few nukes been dropped. Paris, Marseille, London, Buffalo, this mountain, Montreal have all been nuked. Germany did at one point lose Cologne and Manchester as well, but it seems like Germany sort of had a bounce back now. Against France, they've sort of let Russia just waltz into Warsaw. They sort of saw France was open and went, right, let's go over there instead. After holding off Russia for ages. I don't know. You do you. Oh, that is pretty scary right there from the Ottomans. That is Europe, so I think Sweden's still here. So Mongolia is still up there as well in the top of the map. Quite far behind now. Persia is scraping by. I think Siam's attacking them with odd paratroopers. In Africa, not too much happened beyond the Zulu kicking Rome out of it. Ethiopia is fighting the Congo with limited success. But that's about it, so I will see you in 25 more turns, and it's going to be very exciting. We'll have a look at the info addicts, and we'll go over every individual civ's position going into the next 100 years, which I think we'll do the results at 400, even though it seems close. I think that will be fun. That's where we normally do it. I switched to quick speed, but hey-ho. Here we go then, turn 300, you've probably all been waiting for it, and oh wow, I was going to set this up so that you could get a surprise, but I've ruined it. Never mind. Yeah, Germany's gone. So basically they took these 3 cities back off France, then they pieced out and gave them to France, again, after fighting so hard to take them back, and then Russia just sort of ploughed through them, and now Russia is also fighting France, and I think they just grabbed that. So that's pretty big, that just happened like straight away, like they pieced out and then these two just went, yep, you know what, let's keep going. France did. Germany was still alive, they were just here, but France paratrooped in and finished them off. So that's the end of that. In the rest of Europe's pretty much the same. I think this had already happened, hadn't it? That's pretty scary. There's a lot of nukes at this point. But yeah, France has done a great job. Okay, it seems like they're sort of equal now. I don't know, maybe it looks like a peace deal may have finally happened between these two. France grabbing one city off the Iroquois. But yeah, France did a really good job to fight both sides at the same time. But now they can focus pretty much solely on Russia, which will be interesting. North America, there's 2 civs left. The Sioux and the Iroquois. The Chinook just got taken out. I didn't know that, but now I do. Missed that one, obviously. I think they are going after Korea. I might be wrong. Oh no, I think the Chinook were, so they might just be... But it looks like they're about to, right? It's probably going to happen, just judging by what's going on over there. Yeah, so these two are still sort of neck and neck in a lot of categories. I think it's a lot closer. The fact that the Iroquois failed against Spain means they're a lot closer than we were expecting. But obviously, taking out most of Mexico and the Aztecs really helps them. Down in South America, the Inca are doing okay. I just want to check now. They attacked Korea. I don't think they're at war with Brazil or anything. Oh, okay. Never mind. The Zulu are taking stuff off them. That's not ideal. Was this? Yeah, that was the Incas. Yeah, the Zulu have grabbed that, so that's not great. Brazil have got quite a few of the civs have just added new cities in their land. I can see Brazil have a few here. Brazil did take a little bit more off Spain, but this is still ongoing. Or I think they stopped for a bit and they've started again. The Javi Korea, which means Korea will probably be eliminated pretty soon. Yeah, it looks like this is going to fall very soon, actually. I think the Jar currently have the biggest army in the world, or pretty close. We'll see in a second. I think it's 3rd, actually. Mongolia is still here. The Siam were doing something. I think they're at war with Korea as well. Obviously, it's not going to go so well for them. They're a bit further away. Same as normal down here. Nothing's really going on. India, who is doing so well for technology, is kind of dying, mainly because Persia got killed by the Ottomans. And Siam, actually, I didn't even notice they grabbed that. Somehow, look at their borders are like a perfect little mountain pass. Don't know how that worked, but fair enough. But yeah, the Ottomans will probably eliminate India soon, despite the fact they're doing so well for technology, just because they can now attack through here as well. Sorry, India. Africa, I don't think there's too much. There's a lot of new cities, which makes it hard to tell. But yeah, Ethiopia's taken this off the Congo. They grabbed Fez up here, but Congo keep taking it back. So that's still raging on. We'll see what Shaka gets up to. I think Ethiopia is no longer number one military because of that. I think that's the whole map. We covered it in a really weird sort of way of going around. But we did get to everyone. The Huns are still here. They're not really doing much. They've just sort of turned into a giant fortress of troops. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So let's have a look at the info addicts and see what's going on. That's the Iroquois, that's the Zulu, that's the Sioux. I think that's the Ottomans. And I'm guessing that is the Jar, not Russia, because I'm guessing that's Russia. That blue line is probably France. The light green one, Brazil. Dark green, Ethiopia. And then this other green, Australia. That's my guess. And then someone died there. Don't know who that is. Oh no, that's sorry. No, that is Russia's. Is that Russia? So yeah, that is Russia's line still going. And then I assume this is like the Congo, Siam, people like that. But that's not too important. We'll look at the rankings. So population, the Iroquois still lead the way, 75 million. And it's 68 for the Zulu, 60 for Australia. There is some real mix. We're going to see some interesting top 10s here. The Jar, or Western Tang, as they're now called. Sounds like a drink more than a civilization. 58 million people, 55 for the Sioux, 46 for Brazil, 40 for Russia and the Ottomans, 37 for France despite heavy nuking, and 32 for Indonesia. Ethiopia just missing out. Crop yield, the Iroquois lead the way with 1,109 bushels, but the Zulu are catching up. The Sioux then about 25% lower down, 774. The Ottomans, Jar, Brazil, France, Ethiopia, Australia and Russia. Production, a big one, the Iroquois still pretty far out in front. The Zulu in second, Ottomans still up there in third, the Sioux in fourth, Jar fifth, Brazil sixth, Ethiopia seventh, France eighth, Australia ninth, and Russia 10th. Land area, the Iroquois still leading the way ahead of the Zulu, and then it's the Sioux quite a way back. Jar in fourth, the Ottomans fifth, Brazil in sixth, France seventh, Australia eighth, Ethiopia ninth, and Russia in 10th. Big one then, military manpower, the Sioux currently leading the way with 1.18 million soldiers. Then it's the Zulu with 1,990,000-ish. For the Jar, Russia up there as well, 970. Ethiopia just under 900,000. The Iroquois, 839. 803 for the Ottomans, 740,000 for France, 635 for Brazil, 623 for Australia, the rest under 500,000. But yeah, these are like the big 10, I think, at this point. I don't think there's anyone else in here. Some of them are doing well for technology and they appear better, but yeah, I think those are the top 10 civs right there at the moment. Obviously, it depends how it all works out, but I think this would probably be the top 10 in 100 turns, unless they die or get attacked, which could obviously happen. Social policies, the Sioux lead the way, then it's 36 for France and the Iroquois, the Jar on 35, Ottomans and Zulu 34, Russia 31, Ethiopia 30, India 29, and a few on 28. Happiness, just make sure no one's negative. Oh, someone is. There's 24 civs left, obviously I'm spectating as one. I'm not on this list, I assume I'm up quite high. Russia -3, but apart from that everyone else is on 0 or above. Technologies, Mongolia 48, that sucks. Oh, the Aztec, oh yeah, they are still alive just about. So the Ottomans have actually finished the tech tree. So normally this is where I'd end the game out of fairness. But this one is worth going. So yeah, we'll probably just take technologies out of the score because everyone will have 80. If it keeps in the right order, then that's fine. And then we'll have to try and remember, or I will. But yeah, I'll probably just take technologies out because we don't want to end it now. I mean, nah, we'll just do the score at the normal time. It's because I've done this game quick speed. It's played out very differently, which is interesting. India somehow have 77. I don't know what they did. They just shot up. The Iroquois, Brazil, and the Sioux on 75. The Ottomans have shot up as well, I guess. France, the Shah, Australia on 73. The Zulu down here on 72. Then Russia, Ethiopia, and Siam have 71. Net gold or gold per turn. Everyone is losing money. That's good, except India. Maybe they're the only ones that can afford to do science. That's probably what it is. Cities, 43 is so close for once. Like, we had triple digits for I think definitely maybe two civs in the last game, but we've not got that this time. The Iroquois with 43, Zulu just behind with 40, so it's between those two, I think, to win overall, but it's still very possible that the others bring one of those down and it all changes again. But yeah, it's on those two at this point, really. And I think the Zulu probably have the edge, because I don't think Ethiopia can stop them now. They've sort of gone round them. But yeah, we'll find out. The Sioux in third, the Ottomans fourth, Brazil, the Jar, France, Ethiopia, Russia, and Siam. Up 9 civs with double digits. That's quite impressive. Science output. This is why I don't understand how India's doing well. They've not actually lost any of their good cities yet. They lost a small one with 2 population many times. Yet they're 13th. They're just there at the bottom. You can hardly see them. I don't know how they've made so many technologies. I don't know how the Ottomans have finished the tree when they're making 800 less science than the Iroquois. I guess there's a penalty, isn't there, for cities? Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, the Iroquois lead the way, then the Zulu, the Ottomans, the Jar, France, Ethiopia, Brazil, the Sioux, Russia, Australia. It's not the end of the world. By the next time we drop in at turn 325, I imagine they'll probably all be at 8, between 78 and 80, so not really that big a deal. Culture output, the Iroquois lead again, then the Zulu, the Sioux, the Ottomans, Jar, France, Russia, Brazil, Australia, and Ethiopia. Wonders, Iroquois, Zulu, Ottomans, Inca, Russia, France, West Brazil, Jar, Australia, India. There we go, got there in the end. Treasury, okay, so some of these civs are fine, losing money for now. Looking at you, Ethiopia. We'll have a look at religion separately. Influence, 9. Okay, so some influential, it doesn't matter, it's on domination only. Great works, 24 for the Zulu, 22 for the Ottomans, 21 for the Jar, 19 for the Sioux, 18 Russia, 15 Iroquois, 14 France, 11 Ethiopia, 10 Brazil, 9 Sweden. Trade routes, a couple of 9s, I assume that's like based on wonders or something, I don't know. Tourism, Russia leading the way. Russia's visited the most by tourists, despite being at war for like 50 turns. That's fine. I mean, France is 5th, and they've literally just been nuked to death. That seems unrealistic, maybe. But yeah, the Sioux and Iroquois, pretty much equal. Maybe they just go on holiday to the other one. They prefer it. Let's have a quick look at the religion. Which one is winning at this point? I think there was one clear leader. Yeah, there is. It's sorting, sort of. It's not sorting by any correct method, but fine. Nigeria was 0 with Protestantism, the Iroquois with Sikhism, and 101 cities leading the way. That's pretty good. I think that's in Europe as well at this point, although I can't see it over there. Inca, okay, we'll go reverse order. Ethiopia and Eastern Orthodox in 41, Islam and Arabia for 37, 28 for Japan with Shinto in East Asia, maybe the west coast of North America, I'm not sure. Judaism from Mali with 22, and Catholicism from the Inca with 15. But that's me for this episode. Something completely different style. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. The next video, not episode of this series, this will be weekly instead of every day. I know, sorry. But there will be something new coming out on Tuesday, so keep your eye out for that. But thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.